Prepare yourself for Sling TV. Hey guys, Chris with Talking Through the Medias. This is episode 40. I'm doing this from a new studio. We're back in Studio B. I'm going to call it Studio B because, you see the headset. I brought it back out of retirement. I love the snowball microphone, but with the moving around and everything, I couldn't find the stand. I wasn't going to fumble with that all day, and so solve that problem just like that. So with me moving to a new location, I know it doesn't look like anything's different. I mean, I got the same backdrop and everything, but trust me, I'm in a different place. So what we're doing right now is we're getting more involved with things that are happening as far as like screenings. We're trying to get an association with the press, trying to get those private screening tickets. So with help with a lot of different entities, hopefully we can be more legitimized. So as that comes along, then we'll be able to do more sponsoring, more increase the prizes that we're trying to offer all of our viewers. So those of you who have won, congratulations. Those of you who could have won and didn't respond back, better luck next time. So things are happening, and me and Sean and Mike are very excited about it. Moving on, we hope someday to expand even more. If we can bring a whole team here, that'd be great. Right now, I'm solo for this episode of Talking Through the Medias. I might be solo for the rundown and for We've Got Your Mail. Not clear on that yet, only because of the move. I just had to do things like kind of last minute, just kind of by myself, and just to run it through because I want to commit to the schedule. I don't want to let myself down. I've committed to it. I want to stay true to it, and I'm going to provide that for you guys. With that out of the way, that's a little bit behind the curtains. So enough about me. Let's talk about you. What do you think about me? Comment. Let's start that off right off. Give me a couple of comments that say, I've heard it all. Head is too big. Ugly. You say too much. I've heard it all, man. I mean, I've been called bad words. I'm not going to repeat them. It's crazy out there, so it's all good. You know what? Fine. Hey, if you need to stand on my shoulders to call yourself tall, knock yourself out, buddy. It's all good. Whatever helps you sleep at night. So anyway, first I'm going to talk about the box office. So I'm going to take this to our new segment. Well, it's not really a new segment, but it's our old segment where we're doing it in a different way. Anytime we talk about movies, I'm going to take it to the streets where Chris Fagan is reporting. So let's take you out there. We're going to talk about the box office, and Chris, take it away, buddy. Thanks, Chris. Hey, this is Chris Fagan. We're out here. We did a little transition, little set change for this movie conversation for no reason at all. That's right. I'm wearing a different shirt, and I'll be throwing it back to the lamer Chris in a second. But first, I want to talk to you guys about the box office that was this past weekend. Well, at number one, we have the thriller horror called Don't Breathe, and I did see Don't Breathe. You will be seeing a complete non-spoiler and spoiler review of Don't Breathe tonight. Once the embargo lifts, we can be able to talk about that. All I can say is, so that came in at number one. Don't Breathe came in at number one, and it brought in about, let's see, I'm checking the numbers, guys. I'm doing a quick numbers crunch here. It's that $26 million. Great for that movie. It hit the number one spot. Still kind of a low turnout, with school being out there and whatnot, so not that many people going to the movies as much as they used to. Suicide Squad dropped to number two. It brought in another $12 million. That's projected to hit, if it hasn't already, hit about 600 plus million. Warner Brothers is happy about that. I'm sure Suicide Part 2 will come out. We also did a review on Suicide Squads. I enjoyed it. It wasn't the best, but it wasn't the worst, and I feel like I'm hoping that DC, they do have a direction, they do have a plan going forward, and I'm excited to see what they're going to bring to the table. Number three was Kubo and the Strings. I was invited to see that movie. Got busy, got in the way. It didn't make the money that it needed to make. People are speculating, will this be the end of clay animation, stop animation, and things like that. The owner of the company who produced this movie, comes from money. I'm hearing that he's gonna be okay. They don't want to keep going in this direction, but they're hoping to turn things around with the next one. I heard that the movie was great. I can't wait to check it out myself. I just haven't checked it out at all. But it was at number 3, and it brought in about 7 million plus. Number 4 was Sausage Party, just straight. I'm not surprised that that movie didn't go up. It went down. You follow me? And but it was funny. It wasn't to me it wasn't like the funniest movie of the year or anything like that. But it was a OMG kind of a movie. So I'm hearing stories that we're getting word that a lot of kids that are under the ages of 5 are being brought to this movie. Stop it. Number 4 was Sausage Party. So to round out the top 5 was I not wait to not see that movie. I did have tickets to see it, and then I got tickets to see Morgan. So
I opted for Morgan, and I'm glad I did. It was either between Mechanic Resurrection or Don't Breathe, and I'm glad that I chose Don't Breathe. And as you can see here, so was the rest of America. You got Jason Statham and you got Jessica Alba. From what I heard, the movie made no damn sense about why he was so infatuated. Now, this wasn't like his wife. It's like 5 years later since the first one. And then on top of that, the reason why I said it made no sense was I heard that the reason why he was fighting for this woman or fighting for her not to be killed was this kind of forced because they like kind of just met or some stupid stuff like that. So I'm like, really? So a girl you just met, you're gonna go off and murder people and hunt these people down? So whatever, man. That's what floats your boat. If you're gonna just go for the gusto for some chick you just met off Craigslist, that's your business. I'm not doing it. So I'm glad I didn't check that out. So if that's what happened, I'm glad I didn't see it. And then on top of that, I heard that the subtle drama tones, the dialogue that they had that worked so well for the first one, they just threw that out the window and they said, nope, more kung fu, more action, more bing bing, more make it more like Fast and the Furious. Well, so it's like, well, then you kind of got away from what the original was. You're not gonna franchise this. This ain't gonna be a franchise. So what are you doing? Stop it. So anyway, that's the top 5. That's the blockbusters going down on the street. Tell me what you guys saw this weekend, and what did you enjoy the most? Are you surprised that Don't Breathe hit number 1? You shouldn't be. You shouldn't be. And that's all I'm going to say. So at 11:30, check it out. There's going to be a complete review of Don't Breathe. Let's just keep talking about these guys. Tell me what you're excited about. Till next time, back to you. Thanks, Chris, man. That was some good reporting there. I'm glad that we learned a little bit about what's going on with that sausage party, man. Let's try to erase that memory from that's burnt in our heads, and just I'm never gonna look at a hot dog again. Let's just say this 4th of July. I'm not. I just can't do it. It's just too many memories. It was sexy, but unnecessary. All right, so let's talk about what's going on in the world of streaming and TV. There's a combination of the two happening. There's a blurred line. There's a line. It's being blurred, and people are like they're going cordless. They're cutting the cord, so to speak. So what's going on nowadays is cable bills are getting expensive. The cable companies, they know that they have to increase the prices. Why? Because they have to stay competitive. Why? Because fans, subscribers, and just customers aren't subscribing or paying for cable the way they used to. Why? Well, you have people who illegally watch things on the internet. You have people who just want to watch their shows and binge them maybe after the season is done. With people needing to work more, or people that just don't have time because there's so many great shows now, the quality of TV shows, this whole new renaissance, in my opinion, of what's going on in television, quality of TV shows has gone up. You got actors who would never come back down to TV, even if they were there before or never were there at all. If they're on the A-list, you go to TV, that was considered a death sentence to your career. Nowadays, with new deals happening with
with actors getting production gigs, directing gigs, and starring in their own TV shows as well. And the quality of it, you got with shows like Game of Thrones, The Sopranos, Dexter, things like this, House of Cards, another Orange is the New Black, with TV shows getting lifted up to that quality of entertainment. You're now thinking to yourself, some people are like, why the hell do I need to go to the movies now? I got the best stuff on TV. We haven't said that in years. So now that it's happening, it's getting very competitive out there. Quality of things are going up, which means the cost of making those hit shows are going up. So if the shows are getting more expensive, the quality, the writers, the producers, every little thing, hell, the key grips, everything's getting more expensive out there to make these shows stay at that standard and higher, and to keep coming at you every week in a season. Everything costs more. Now, what happens when the cost of these things are going up simultaneously as the numbers of members or people who subscribe to certain services, cable and whatnot, starting to go down? Why are they going down? I'm glad you asked. I'm going to tell you why. Because of what we said before. But things like with different elements like Hulu, Amazon Prime, you got your Netflix, you got these people charging a fixed rate like $7.99.99 and whatnot. Why would you want to pay $50 to $100, $200 for some package? You don't even use 90% of that stuff, and then nowadays people are getting to a point where they like to binge. Netflix has done it again. They're creating an atmosphere where binging stuff is the new thing. Now that the DVRs come out a couple of years ago, and we're able to record live, record it when we're sleeping, record it when we're at work, come catch it later, that has caught on. People are feeling, whew, don't have to rush home, be late and miss it, and then have to miss the conversation about it the next day at work anymore. Why? Because you'll tell a person to their face. Remember the old saying, people who are not millennials, people who are older than that, this generation, they used to have a saying called a wine cooler show. A show that would gather people at work the next day at the wine cooler. Water cooler show. People will gather at the water. Hey, that'd be cool. Wine cooler. A fountain with wine that just comes out and like, hey, Tim, did you catch the last episode of Seinfeld? That new episode of Seinfeld? Stuff like that. A water cooler show is a show where people will go to work and talk about it the next day. It would make you, oh my God, did you catch that? Nowadays with cell phones and internet and things like that, and Twitter, people are already instantly talking about that stuff 24/7 anyway. So the word water cooler show is just become now just an expression, because people aren't going to the water cooler anymore just saying, hey, did you catch Friends? Hey, did you catch Game of Thrones? Hey, did you catch this? Hey, did you catch that? No, they're texting people, they're tweeting. It ain't happening. But if it's used to be called wine cooler show, now it's called trending, whatever's trending. So that's just the evolution of that. So now that these shows are bingeable and recordable and stuff, nowadays we go to that wine cooler. If that was happening when that saying first came out, I would walk up to the water cooler about to get some water, and then I'll see my friend Mike comes up and he goes, he's going to get some water, and he's like, hey Chris, did you catch that new episode of Game of Thrones? Nope, I recorded it. Don't spoil it for me. Go to hell. Get the fuck away from me. That's what's happening nowadays. There ain't no conversations happening. If you spoil that for me, I'm gonna kick your ass. That's what's happening nowadays. So now, with everything being recorded nowadays, we're gonna binge it. No spoilers. Could you imagine that? Could you go back in the day when we had fax machines and stuff and all that ancient technology? You go to the water cooler and you're like, hey Tim, did you catch that latest episode of Seinfeld? No. I'm recording every episode on my VCR, and I'm gonna binge it at the end of the year. No spoilers, man. I mean, that would have just sounded weird to them back then. What? It was only a few commercial breaks, man. Why don't you catch it live, dude? The whole episode went backwards. I mean, the end was the beginning, and the beginning was the end. Seinfeld was awesome. That would have been a weird conversation to have back then. But hey, times have changed. The way we watch TV has changed. Now you have something new out there, and I want to talk about this. This brings me to my next topic of conversation. There's something new out there. It might not be that new. I'm new to it. It's called Sling TV. I'm looking at, been fiddling around with it for a while. You don't get every channel, but you get some real great channels. You get like 1 or 2 or 3 local channels. I mean, well, not really local. The Fox networks. You got FX. You got AMC. You got TBS. You got
the MTV, you got MTV2, FXX, you got TNN, you got TBS, you got all these channels, you got Comedy Central, you got all these channels that you basically do watch every now and then, here and there, or you got your more hardcore channels that you watch every day. And depending on the package, so like you have a basic channel package for like $20 a month, and they bring all these channels who in some situations with the cable company would be packaged in different kinds of groups, but they get the best from each of those packages and put them all together in one, in their own kind of package called like an orange package. Then there's a blue package, which you get some from the orange and then some more from the blue package. So I needed the blue package because there's a network that I'm watching. Okay, I'm not even going to pretend like I'm not even going to front. I'm obsessed with politics. I love politics. So I'm just like watching the Trump show every damn day. Oh my God, I can't believe that motherfucker just said that. Wow. And I can't get enough of it. So that's what I need my Fox News, my MSNBC, my CNN, because Anderson Cooper, the Silver Fox, man, is going down. I love those shows. So I just can't get enough of the show. It's funny as hell to me. So the cool thing, and then you can combine the two, and then it's like that's like $20 a month, and then $25, and then there's $40. So, but you get a lot of shows, and you can add HBO on there for like $15, I think. It's crazy. Now this isn't new. That's fairly new, but it's catching on more and more. And it's like you cut the cord with Netflix. You have access to Hulu. I had Amazon for a while, but Amazon and Hulu were too similar. They offered the same channels. The only differences was the original programming. But I'm already hooked to Netflix original programming, so I'll just stick with them since they set the bar. They're the trendsetter. So to me, until Hulu and Amazon can like start consistently coming out with hit shows the way Netflix is and original movies consistently and win more awards and stuff like that, I'm going to stick with the ones that are in the lead, because odds are they created it, they're in the lead. Odds are they're not going to come down from that mantle. They're going to come out with the better shows. But who knows what's going to happen in the future. Maybe Sling TV will come out with original programming. But things like that all over. You got different kinds of boxes, things that are similar to cable that it's changing, and it's all evolving. Then it's on an app now. You can watch it on your phone. The way we watch regular television has to change, because now the way they're making television has to change, and the way we view is changing. The quality we're demanding is changing. It's all changing for the better. 50 years from now, we might all go back to radio for all I know. We don't know what's going to be popular in the future. It's retro. But, it's an exciting time to be a binge watcher. An exciting time to be a casual fan every now and then. Hey, I just turn it on in the background while I make love, whatever kind of viewer you are. We like to watch our Netflix. We like to watch our YouTube. We like to watch, TV shows or certain kinds of original programming. Whatever the deal might be, we enjoy our television. We enjoy our movies. We enjoy all of these things. The way they used to say back in the 80s, I want my MTV. Nowadays it's going to be something like, I want my Sling TV. I want my Netflix. I want my this. Drop that app, download that shit, whatever they're going to say, whatever the damn slogan is going to be. But it's very cool, because not only are you getting better shows that are being written better, the acting is getting better. You got higher caliber actors coming to television. You got stage performers who bring Shakespearean love to a zombie movie. It's very awesome. So and don't even get me started on the games. We're not going to talk about the games today. Sorry guys, it's just so much. I wanted to keep this at least under 15 minutes. So I've accomplished that goal, and I want to get your thoughts on everything that I just ranted about. Are you in love with, or are you going crazy over the stuff that we're seeing on TV now that's streamable, that's live, that's on this channel, that's on that, it's on Netflix, it's on Nickelodeon, it's on Nick Jr. Who the fuck is Nick Jr.? All these things. Do you like what you're seeing? Do you hate it? Do you love it? Do you think it's getting better? Do you think we're heading for a disaster? Comment. Don't forget about the contest. Click, click, click. Winning as always.